Jalen is going to ask me a question of a stock, essentially, and then I'm going to decide what to do with that stock. We're going to be doing NFL questions, NBA questions, wrestling questions. I believe there may not be some baseball questions in there. I asked Jalen to come up with all the questions myself, so I'm really excited. As always, make sure to follow me on Twitter at @Brendan_7. Make sure to follow me on the show at real_people. You can follow Jalen on Instagram at jsandvick05. And now, here we go. In collaboration with Voltage Live, we are sponsored by Anchor, where you can check out the Brand's World podcast wherever you get your podcast. Jalen, let's kick it off. What's our first stock of buy, sell, or hold?
All right. First question. Got a WWE question for you.
Okay.
Roman Reigns is the most dominant champion we have seen in WWE.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. My internet cut off for 1 second. Repeat the question, please.
Roman Reigns is the most dominant champion we have seen in WWE.
Is this history?
Yes.
Ooh, it's a good question. I am going to buy it. And the reason I'm going to buy it is I haven't seen Bruno Sammartino. I have not seen Hulk Hogan during his dominant run. I did not see Bob Backlund during his dominant run. So by far in my lifetime, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns is the most dominant wrestling champion I have seen in my lifetime.
Just throwing Punk out of the list there, eh?
Well, yeah, because Roman's championship reign has now doubled CM Punk's.
All right, you ready for the next one, sir?
Let's go.
Sami Zayn will be a future Universal Champion.
Ooh. My first instinct is to hold it. I almost went sell, but I'm going to hold this because at this point, we do not know what the main event of WrestleMania will be. That we have a good inkling going to be Roman versus Cody. I think if they wanted to put the championship on Sami, it would have happened already, which I'm leaning towards sell, but it depends on if Sami Zayn somehow gets in the mix in that Universal Championship match at WrestleMania, because I don't think at this point Sami Zayn will get any hotter to put the championship on him.
I agree with that. Are you ready for the next one, my good sir?
Uh-huh.
WWE will turn the main event of WrestleMania into a triple threat match featuring Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Listen, as much as we as fans want it to happen, this is an absolute sell. It's not happening. I think if it would have happened, there would have been some screw job last night at Elimination Chamber at the time of this recording where, Roman doesn't pin Sami clean. There's, something happens and there's no finish. But the finish last night, especially with Kevin Owens coming out and tagging the Usos, leads me to believe it is Sami and Kevin versus the Usos at WrestleMania. Roman will take on Cody 1-on-1.
Sadly, I agree. All right. Next one. Coming in hot. Kenny Omega will be a WWE superstar by the time his contract's up.
So this is a hold. It may surprise you guys, and I'm not selling this one, but as the rumors have come out about Kenny Omega potentially going to WWE, I think this is a fair answer because of the fact that we don't know, obviously, what his situation is going to be, and there's been a lot of turmoil going on in AEW these days. We never thought Cody Rhodes would leave AEW. Does Kenny Omega follow Cody to WWE? And if he does, I believe that will be a almost bigger loss for AEW, considering the fact that he is one of the main EVPs along with the Young Bucks. If Kenny Omega leaves, there's a good chance the Young Bucks may leave as well, and then that could strike very bad news for AEW, who's looking to get a contract deal done with Warner Brothers Media.
But we do know, I know I'm just supposed to read you the questions, but we do know
You're welcome to give your opinion. Go ahead.
that Kenny Omega has had multiple upon multiple opportunities to sign with WWE, and he has turned them down, and same with the Young Bucks.
That was before AEW, though.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, next one. Coming in hot. WWE will win the bidding war of 2024, as MJF would say.
You know what? I'm going to buy this. This may come as a shock to Jalen. It may come as a shock to you, the fans. But I think especially if they don't get Kenny Omega, I think this is the guy that Triple H and WWE goes after. And I don't think MJF will ever be a major player in AEW. And I think he will do all he needs to do in AEW by the time January 1st, 2024 comes up. And I believe at WrestleMania 40 or the Royal Rumble 2024, one of those spots, MJF makes his WWE debut in his first feud with WWE champion Cody Rhodes.
You can't see my face right now, but my mouth was wide open when you said it. That's a steamy. That's crazy. Okay, we're moving on to the NFL segment.
Okay, let's do this. I'm excited.
My first question for you. Aaron Rodgers will reunite with his buddy, former teammate of his, Devontae Adams, in this year's season.
So a little lean towards buy, but I'm going to hold. The reason I'm going to hold is because I have no idea. We just talked about this on the podcast that we just recorded that aired on Sunday, Jalen. I have no idea what the hell this man Aaron Rodgers is doing. We have no idea what he's going to be doing on his darkness retreat. But I believe Aaron, there's some possibilities out there. The Jets are a possibility. Vegas, going back to Green Bay. I have mentioned Tampa. We just don't know. It's really hard, but I think Vegas has to get a quarterback. But who knows how this NFL thing is going to land out with Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. My next question for you. The Browns will finally piece together this defense with the firing of Joe Woods.
Okay, what? So you got to give me a little more than that. I'm sorry. What does piece together mean? Does this mean they're a good defense, a playoff team?
We will stop giving up leads when like that Jets game, for example. That will not happen.
That will not happen. That's going to be a bye. I don't know how good this defense is going to be overnight. I think they'll be better. I think Jim Schwartz really has a great attacking scheme. Former defensive coordinator, Super Bowl 52 champion Philadelphia Eagles, really emphasizes the defensive line, really emphasizes the corners playing man coverage. I think Greg Newsome, Denzel Ward, great corner tandem for Schwartz. I think Myles Garrett, who I've never been the biggest fan of, I think he may have a breakout year, so to speak, if you will, under Jim Schwartz. And I think the Browns defense will be better than what they have been in the last couple of years under Joe Woods. I don't know yet if that means a playoff team, but their defense should be improved.
I mean, Jesus, if you talk to the analysts on CBS every week, they act like Myles Garrett is like Ray Lewis on steroids. So
Myles Garrett is not Ray Lewis on steroids, Jay. When Myles Garrett, and I have said this, I don't know if you agree with me or not on this. We can get into this discussion right now. Myles Garrett, I put the hottest take out there. He is the single most, by far, overrated player in the NFL.
NFL history or just today?
In today's NFL.
I would say most overrated.
What does he do well? Gets a sack a game in garbage time against a bad offensive line against the Bears. When does he ever make a key game-changing play?
That's true, but there's so many overrated players.
There are. But how many times I hear, this guy's the best defensive player in football? Baloney. He does not equate to winning in this league, and he doesn't play the run at all.
He's not even. You know who the best defense player in football is?
Hassan Reddick?
Sadly, no. No, it's Roquan.
Roquan Smith. Jalen, stop it.
Hear me out here. He benefits that Ravens team so much. And that Chicago would be so good with him on that team.
Well, they had him for half the year, and they only won 3 games.
That's not his fault.
I never will give a linebacker as the best player in football, ever. Linebackers are the least most important position on a defense.
Wow. Okay, steamy take.
Why? Show me a team does Kansas City have great linebackers? Did Philly have great linebackers? No, they're good. Show me a team that's won a Super Bowl in the last 5-10 years with great linebackers.
I can tell you a team who won with a great linebacker.
Go ahead.
His name is Bobby Boucher. Played for the Mud Dogs and the Water Boy.
Yeah, okay. What is that, a movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Jalen,
that's right.
The most important piece of a defense is their defensive line. Next important piece, corners. Next important piece, safeties. Final important piece, linebacker.
You can say that all you want, but when it comes down to it, and Philly's in trouble, they need a linebacker. I don't want to hear you say it.
Listen, Nakobe Dean's really good. If that's your missing piece on defense, then yes, you go get a linebacker. But it's not the most important. I'm not paying a linebacker $20 million.
Next question, Brandon. We gotta keep moving here.
Go ahead.
The Browns will have a better record than last season.
Ooh. You know what? I'm going to hold this. I'm not going to sell. I'm not going to buy. I'm going to hold it. The reason is because what did they win last year? 6 games, right?
7, something like that, yeah.
Okay, 6 or 7. For some reason, I think it's 6-11, 7-10. There's an opportunity for the Browns to win 10 games this year. Also, an opportunity for them to win 5 or 6. It depends on what Kevin Stefanski does. It depends on how good Deshaun Watson is. It depends on how good they are in their own division. I think the Browns are a really tricky team to figure out because we don't know what Deshaun Watson is and how good he's going to be in that system yet.
All right, next question here. Kansas City Chiefs will, quote unquote, as Juju said at the parade, run it back.
So they run it back so they get back to the Super Bowl.
They win it.
I'm selling it. Listen, this is not me being a salty Philadelphia Eagles fan. I think it's really hard to get back to the Super Bowl the year after you're there. I think Cincinnati is hungry. If I had to guess, I think it's Bengals-Eagles is my early next year Super Bowl prediction. And I think Kansas City has a chance to get back. I think even if they do, they don't win it. I think Denver's going to be better. I think the Chargers are going to be better. I think Vegas is going to be better. I think it's a harder road for Kansas City to get back next year than it was this year.
I agree. You ready for my next one?
Go ahead.
Josh Allen is starting to buckle under the pressure that people have set for him.
Wow, this is a hard question. Is there a hold/sell? Because that's honestly the way I feel. I'm going to lean more towards sell. I don't think Josh Allen's starting to go under the pressure. I love Josh Allen, Jalen. I think he is a top 5 quarterback still in the NFL. I think he is just an out of this world player. But I also think when they lost Brian Daboll as their offensive coordinator, and I said this, I don't love defensive coaches in the NFL. When you lose Brian Daboll as your OC, Josh Allen started turning the football over more, but he still has a whip of an arm. He still is incredibly accurate. He just takes way too many chances. So I think dial it back. And I think if you get a real OC and a real running game, Josh Allen can get back to that level. But if he struggles again at the end of next year, like he did this year, we could be having a different conversation.
All right, I like half agree with you. I agree with you for the most part. All right, you ready? We're moving on.
Is this NBA?
To my favorite sport.
Okay.
The NBA. Evan Mobley, in 3 years' time, will be a top 3 dominant player in the NBA.
I love Evan Mobley. Top 3 is too much of a stretch. That's a sell. I think Luka will still be in that conversation. I think Giannis will still be in the conversation. Victor Wembanyama will be in that conversation.
How you putting a rookie over? How you putting a rookie over Evan Mobley at this point?
What's hard for me with Mobley is he still has Garland, Allen, and Mitchell on the team. It's hard to say he's going to be the best player on the team because I think right now he's the 3rd best player on the team.
I agree. All right, coming at you hot, Brandon. With Kyrie and Luka running the show in Dallas,
okay,
they have a shot to make it out of the West and make the finals.
Easy sell for me, Jalen. This Luka Kyrie tandem reminds me a lot of James Harden, Russell Westbrook in Houston, where there's going to be too much ball centric. They both need the ball in their hands. They're both lethal scorers, but there's going to be a lot of back and forth. I don't think it works. I think it's great of a special talent as Kyrie Irving is. I think we talked about it earlier in the podcast me and you did together. Denver, Memphis, Golden State, Phoenix, Clippers. The Lakers get hot. You can even throw them in there. They're all better than Dallas right now, in my opinion. I don't think Dallas even makes it out of the second round.
All right, you ready for the next one, sir?
Go ahead.
Golden State will go back-to-back, winning the NBA championship, even though their current record is 500.
So a lean towards buy, but I'm going to hold it. I believe they at least make the Western Conference Finals. I think it is hard for them to get back because of the road they're going to be in, but I give them a good shot. I think they're better than Denver. I think they're better than Memphis. I think when healthy, they're better than the Clippers. If Phoenix is healthy, are they better than Golden State? I think because of Kevin Durant, yes, they are. I think Phoenix, though, has to learn how to win on the big stage, which I think Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant will be motivated to do. We all know how much you love Phoenix. I think Golden State has the second best chances. I don't think they have the best. For that reason, I hold.
I agree. All right, let's see what we have here. Our beloved Cleveland Cavaliers will be back in the finals in 3 years.
Ooh. You know what? I'm going to give it fair, and I'm going to say hold it again. Because we don't know the landscape of what the NBA will be. I think the West is all of a sudden getting stronger. I don't think there's much competition in the East. It depends on what Milwaukee does at the top. It depends on what Boston does at the top. And it depends on how the Cavs improve their roster. If this Cavs team gels together, they have a chance to make the finals in the next 3 years. Will they? Is the question that still needs to be answered.
All right, Brandon. You ready for this one?
Let's do it.
You know where I stand on this one.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns will walk out NBA champions in 2023.
Again, another easy hold it. All depends on health. Golden State, Phoenix, Clippers. Three best teams in the West when healthy. Whoever is healthy will make it out of the West. I have said all year, Jalen, just for the record, prior to the Kevin Durant trade, your NBA Finals matchup, I had thought going into the year, and I stuck with it until now, Golden State versus the Bucks. Health may change that, but that's where I'm at this moment.
Now, I know that was 5, and you told me come up with 5 for each. But this 6th one, I was sitting in my living room with my cousin and my dad watching All-Star, and we started talking about LeBron James. Okay. So with that, I knew I had to throw this one in there. We started talking about this. LeBron James will play longer than Tom Brady did in the NFL.
Oh! You know what? As big of a LeBron fan as you know I am, does that shock you? I'm gonna sell this.
Yes, this is.
I think LeBron. I think basketball is, believe it or not, if Brady played any other position besides quarterback, I think basketball is more grueling than playing quarterback in the NFL. And Brady did not take a lot of hits, and I think Brady could still play. But at age 38 now, what are we in, year 19? That means LeBron still has to play 3 or 4 more years. I think he plays 2 or 3, not 3 to 4. I don't know if championships winning is the all-NBA end goal, or just playing one season with his son, and then he's off into the sunset. I think LeBron has shown he's getting older on the defensive end, as great as he is offensively. He's getting older on the defensive end. He's not able to carry a team anymore like he used to be. And he's not able to put up 30 points consistently anymore and play defense. For that matter, and with the grueling nature of an 82-game NBA season with travel and more, if you include the playoffs, LeBron will play a maximum of 2 to 3 more years and will not last as long as Tom Brady. That was a great question.
All right. Now, I didn't come up with 5 for the MLB because I couldn't think of 5 because, again, they don't market. So I came up with 2 here.
Okay.
The Tribe's bullpen is a top 5 bullpen in baseball.
That's a buy. The Tribe did not really lose anybody significant in this bullpen. You still have Karinchak, Kwase, great 1-2 punch. I really like Nick Sandland as sort of that 7th-inning guy with Trevor Stephan. And we know the Tribe is one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. That includes their bullpen. They shut down a lot of games. When you have a great closer like Kwase, that automatically makes you one of the best bullpens in baseball.
Okay. Now, are you ready for my last one?
Okay, here we go. This is the last buy it, sell, or old, guys.
I know your answer to this. I 100% know your answer to this.
Okay.
I'm going to take a guess on what your answer to this because you could shock me, but I think you're selling this.
Okay, I like this.
The MLB, with the rule changes, the ratings will skyrocket.
Skyrocket? Oh, no. That's 100% a sell. I think they stay the same, or they go up a little bit. They're not going to skyrocket. Baseball's popularity is going down. I don't really think it has that much of a significant effect, especially with this new Bally Sports thing going on, where a lot of the fans may not be able to see the games. So you got to take that into account too. The rule changes are not going to make the big difference of a game. Baseball is out of touch. Baseball reminds me of a lot of defensive football coaches out there that don't understand offense in today's 2023 world. And for that matter, that's why baseball is arguably the 4th most popular sport, even though hockey is very niche. Baseball is slowly losing popularity as it's done for the last decade.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Jalen, those were awesome questions. I think I gave a lot of holds and sells, not a lot of buys. So if that's your stock, trust me on it. If you want to go to the bank with your stockbroker and make some of these deals, go ahead and do so. If not, that's okay too. Appreciate you guys for playing along at home. Leave your answers to these questions that Jalen came up with in the comment section below.